No more Mr. Nice Guy.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Gore N More podcast. This is your host with the motherfucking most, Mr. 88, the Fapper Yapper, the quintessential stud muffin, TJ Bowser, and of course, joining me as always, your dark lord of knowledge, this sexy man himself, Chadwick Quisman.
What's up, bitches?
Big Johnny D.
What's going on, Gorehounds?
And here to protect and serve, Officer Bob.
Merry Christmas, motherfuckers.
There it is. So today is December 14th, 2020, and we got a banger of an episode for you. But first, you know what time it is. It's time for your Slice of Life. Big Johnny D, what did you do?
What did I do? Well, I did the wholesome family thing this weekend. Had friends over, made the good old Christmas cookies and stuff like that. In proud horror fashion, I hope you guys will enjoy this. I did sneak a couple ghost cutout cookies in there just because I was like, hey, Holy Ghost, fuck off.
Nice.
Yep. So did that and, did some gaming with my buddy, which was kind of nice. I purchased Game Pass over the weekend for PC and Xbox because it was a 3-month for $1 deal. And
I bought that for $1.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And then it adds on to your extra Xbox Live or whatever the fuck you have, which I just got 3 months. So for an extra $1, I just got it all the way till May.
Oh, there you go.
And there's a lot of goddamn titles on there. It's fucking awesome. And thank you, Stephanie. I know Bob's sweater is just on point.
And it also says fuckers on the bottom of mine. I can't.
Oh, does it? Oh, no.
Nice.
A little belly there. Yeah.
I'm working on it.
That's a sneak peek for the OnlyFans, baby.
Yeah, that's right. Patreon is up and going, by the way.
Yeah, we will
Sex machine cosplay.
Killing machine, not sexy.
It's both.
It is both.
Essentially.
No, man, other than that, just I watched this awesome movie along with a couple other Christmas classics. I watched the original Black Christmas this weekend and Prelude to for next week. And I started watching Christmas Horror Story, which I've never watched.
Dude, wait till you get to the end of that movie, dude. You'll be like, what the fuck?
It's better than I thought it would be so far, honestly. Like,
keep watching.
All right. I might finish that tonight. So on that, man, I've been enjoying myself. I am counting down the days till Christmas break. I got 7 working days left of the year. So fuck yes. Feels very good. Other than that, man, relaxing. Chad, how have you been, brother?
Well, I have been better. I am actually on the last day of my quarantine. I tested positive for COVID last week, but luckily I had very, very minor symptoms. So I get to go back to work tomorrow. Like the worst of it, I had like a 3-day headache was the worst. But I currently don't have a sense of smell or taste, but that's actually starting to come back.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
right,
I was worried because some of my friends were saying that they had it and it took like 3 weeks for it all to come back.
At the same time, always try to look at the positive of the situation. If I was in your shoes, that would be the one time I would start eating shit that I know is good for me, but I hate
you don't like
fucking taste.
Yep.
It could have worked out.
I already considered that.
Yeah, that's like, the one plus out of any situation, I guess, in that. But
yeah. So, yeah, I've been on lockdown quarantine since then. Haven't been able to go out and do anything. So I just sat around and played a shitload of PS4.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty much through Watch Dogs Legion. I'm just like at kind of the end of that. And I got bored with that. So I started Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Holla. Wham holla.
Wham holla. We're all in Wham holla now, thanks to that asshole up in the upper left corner.
Yeah, he just whammed us all. Well, I was already previously whammed, but I was whammed again.
You're whammed so much. You're whammed for next year
probation.
Too. Double secret
probation.
Right. I did that to Tara the other day. She goes, "You can't ground me. I'm already grounded. You're double secret ground." She goes, "What is that?" I said, "I don't know. I'll tell you later."
That just means I start taking shit out of your room and you're not going to know what it is.
My wife just says, "Do you want cherries?" No, I don't want any cherries or pineapple because I'll know that's what it is.
Yeah, but pineapple's delicious.
No, it's horrible.
Works good in other favors.
First of all, Thank you, Bobby. I was gonna say maybe maybe Steph wants you to eat some pineapple. Say
No.
add a little flavor. I don't know.
But no, like I said, I was on lockdown, so I didn't get to go do anything. Just stayed at home, played PlayStation. I don't even think I watched any good movies, to be honest.
No,
aside from this one, which actually was pretty good.
Fair enough. Nice.
So I would just move it on to Bobby. What's up, buddy? What's new with you?
This weekend was literally all I was doing was again being the Christmas tree salesman this weekend.
Yeah.
My last weekend of selling them, and I'm happy to have my weekends back now. I don't have to be out there in the cold selling trees and putting on a smile going, I hate
Okay,
you.
so when Bobby's out there selling Christmas trees, am I the only one that just thinks of frickin' Feldman and Gremlins dressed up like a Christmas tree?
Yeah, fucking A, man.
Dude, that is the best Christmas tree costume ever. That should be a cosplay at a con.
I mean, we can make it happen.
Right.
So, but yeah, other
Really
than
make that happen.
besides, I watched this movie for today, and then it was just pretty much chill. There wasn't much going on, but next weekend I got a crazy, how should I say it, eggnog weekend coming up with a buddy of mine. We're making eggnog special.
Oh, I was gonna say, are you? Ooh, yeah.
I'm just gonna say yes.
The Chad Daddy.
I'm holding you to that, Kevin.
So,
I'm just gonna walk to him, Kevin. What's my name?
That's my name,
but
bitch.
so yeah, so it's just been chill. So now I can get back on to doing some other shit, and then I'm done with my one class this week, and then I start my last one next January, and then that's it with that.
Nice, dude. Get a little break. Sweet.
And then that's about it. I got nothing else really at the moment. TJ, what about you?
Bye bye. Okay, and what's up, guys? So, as I say every week, it is podcast here, podcast there, podcast everywhere. I had the joy of having Drew Maverick on the podcast. He's the guy who made a Pool Party Massacre. He was on Rabbit Hole last Saturday. Super good conversation. Head on over to the Facebook and YouTube. Search Project Louder. Check out that really good episode. This week on Rabbit Hole, we have Michael Bailey Smith. You might know him as Pluto from the Hills Have Eyes remake, or Super Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street 5. He's going to be talking with Mick and I. Super excited about that episode. I'll tell you how that episode came to be when we don't want to hit that big boy. I'll tell you how that episode came to be whenever we actually go to record. So it's always super stupid where I come up with these ideas, but hey, it all starts somewhere.
It works, right?
Brody says, hello, you sexy cunts. And Lisa says, Officer Bob. It is an inside joke.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
See, I feel like when you say Officer Bob, he needs to reply with like, "How you doing there?" You know what I mean? Like,
but I can't
that's
say
Tyler
it.
Roebuck. That's Roebuck.
that's Roebuck.
Yeah, that's how Roebuck sounds.
Is he
He's a typical Midwest dad. How you doing there?
My answer is if you say Officer Bob, I'm like, who fucked up? Who fucked up? And now I got
you were going.
Officer Bob.
Well, anyway, yes, Rabbit Hole, Michael Bailey Smith, Facebook, YouTube, this Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, this week, I took some of my extra money that I had from my extra shifts that I've been pulling at work, and I bought more movies. I gave Chad a half chubby, and I bought a bunch of Dario Argento films, and then some Dario Argento produced films. But first, let's talk about the mail call real quick. Sidebar. So I got 2 films in. First, we got Killing Birds. Look at this slipcover, guys. Okay, Chad,
Just
match
Killing
with
Birds?
the gloss.
looks. So fun.
That's Zombie 5, isn't it?
Yes. Okay, so this has 4 titles. You ready? Zombie Flesh Eaters 4, Zombie 5, Killing Birds, and you ready? Well, here's the back of the slipcover, by the way. It's a bird.
Boyd.
Raptors.
Wow.
Wait, you mean to
Wait,
tell
did you
me?
say Zombie 5?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, this
Really?
is part of that series.
No, it's one of the it's an Italian film, and you know they kind of make movies and slap labels on them.
So, what?
Raptors.
What is that? Is Raptors
No,
like
this
the
is a
ultimate?
zombie movie. This has nothing to do with birds. This is a zombie movie.
So why is it?
So, wow.
Oh, at the beginning, the guy who catches his wife sleeping with another dude gets his eye pecked out by birds. That's it.
Sweet.
Huh.
Yeah, it's like an Alfred Hitchcock.
So they give you killing birds in the first 5 minutes, and then we're like zombies.
Yeah. Now this is going to make Chad laugh pretty hard. So you got Who Done It, also from Vinegar Syndrome.
That
Look at it. Look at the matte and the gloss. Oh, it's just.
I like that.
That's a nice
always
contrast. That's a really nice contrast.
7 people are dead, and you're next.
I like that tagline.
Now look at this.
Who done it?
Island of Blood. This is the alternate title with that.
Now
artwork.
that's the title I have heard of.
Okay.
I like that title.
Now, Chad, you ready for this?
What?
This is a slasher derived from an Agatha Christie novel.
Well, I guess that kind of makes sense because she wrote whodunit stories. So,
Right.
And that's why
Just make it a little bit more
why it's
murderous.
called.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty cool,
yeah,
huh?
yeah, that makes sense.
So for the Dario Argento films, I got The Card Player, The Sect, The Church, and The Phantom of the Opera, 1998.
Ooh.
Yes. Those, I got the notification that those shipped today. So I'm super excited to talk about those whenever those get in. And they're newer films. I think the oldest film that's in that set was The Church. I believe that's 89. And
Yes.
that features Asia Argento, who we've seen in Demons 2, correct?
Yes, and The Church was originally supposed to be another Demon sequel.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
It's
I've
really
seen it.
cool.
It's not bad.
So the opening, they like bury a bunch of peasants in this mass grave, and then like these kids go back to this church, and like a bunch of crazy shit happens. But all I know is that that mass grave turns into like a spire at some point, right, Chad?
Something like that. And I don't really remember that well, but yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. The cover art is like a spire of dead bodies, made of dead bodies. It's really fucking rad.
That's awesome.
So
I have to throw that in the list.
without further ado, let's
Yeah.
get into this week's motherfucking movie. This is actually a remake of our second episode ever here at the Gore N More podcast. And it is 2012's Silent Night, directed by Stephen C. Miller.
Wait. Sorry. Did you say your second episode?
Hmm?
I thought your second episode was The Burning.
That's the first episode.
No.
your
The first
So
episode
the
was-
first episode is this. Is Silent Night, Deadly Night?
No.
First
your
episode
first-
was Town That Dreaded Sundown.
right.
Oh, that's right. Is this the third episode?
I think this is your third or fourth. I thought maybe
Jeez. Yeah. No.
because you guys started in November, so you would have got a couple weeks till you got to Christmas. Because you guys
Pretty
did.
sure Silent Night, Deadly Night's like episode 3 or 4, right?
It's at least 3. I know that. Because
Okay.
2 was The Burning.
Right, because you guys definitely found. This is when I was just listening.
And that's the only time we've ever reviewed 2 movies at once.
Correct.
Right.
And I think you also, from that, you both admitted that it was just too much for one episode. You're just like, you can't really.
Yeah.
Plus, those 2 movies back to back are really like. That second one's.
Granted,
You know what
we
I mean?
justified that in our head because the second movie is only 45 minutes in reality.
Pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
If you take out that first little chunk. But. Sorry, sir. I didn't mean to. Steve,
It's
I just
all
wanted.
good.
I was just like, no, man. I'm like, that was a little bit later. It was definitely not your second.
So, Silent Night from 2012, directed by Stephen C. Miller, written by Jason Rothwell, produced by Shara K., Phyllis Lang, and Richard Saperstein, starring Malcolm McDowell as Sheriff James Cooper, Jamie King as Deputy Aubrey Bradamore, Donald Logue as Santa Jim Epstein, didn't kill himself, Ellen Wong as Brenda, Lisa Marie as Hillary Morwood, Courtney Jane White as Tiffany Revy, Courtney Palm as Maria, John Lowe as Mr. Bradamore. Is that what's his name's brother?
What's that?
Rob Lowe's brother? Is that
No.
is John Lowe?
Dude, if that was Rob Lowe's brother, that because that's the big old dad, right?
Yeah. That's the old guy.
Rick Skeen as Ronald Jones Sr. I guess it is the dad. Brendan Fair as Deputy Kevin Jordan. Andrew Seekin as Deputy Stanley Giles. Aaron Hughes as Frank Foster. And, of course, Kelly Wolfman as Goldie Willis. Music by Kevin Ripple. Cinematography by Joseph White. Edited by Seth Flom, distributed by Anchor Bay Films, and you can definitely fucking tell. Released November 30th, 2012. Runtime of 94 midgets or little people if you want to be PC. Budget of $5 million. Grossed $130,000. What?
Ooh.
Yeah.
It had extreme. That's why I put that note there. I had extremely limited release. It came out to like 1 theater here and a couple theaters overseas.
Fair
Why?
enough.
It was really meant just to go direct to video, basically.
Oh no shit.
Bob, I'm popping you down.
Oh,
Chad?
again.
Roll that beautiful bean footage, bitch.
Face.
Oh.
Love those outfits.
Those sluts.
Mhm.
Is it buffering?
Something for me?
Nope.
God, that fucking little girl was annoying as shit.
You know,
What?
Kings and pretty lights.
Yeah, I have some things to say about that.
I heard this story. This fella dressed as Santa. He said about killing them that was naughty.
Creep.
Every year, a new town.
Oh,
What the fuck?
it just jumped back on us.
Yeah, it did.
Okay.
That's okay. We get to watch it twice.
I wondered what happened.
Kings and pretty
That was great.
We got to see that
I
little
heard this
girl
story.
fucking cattle prodded again, so
Stella.
it works out.
Dressed as
Again,
Santa.
I think the ghosts from
He said about
Somewhat Supernatural
killing
stream
them
from
was
Friday are leaking in here.
Creep.
Any technical
Every year,
difficulties can be blamed on
a new
Steve.
town.
Everyone
So,
knows that story.
We'll go on with
Brody's, Brody's throwing out
An
that the
urban
titties
legend.
were straight juicy.
Oh, is that what that means, juicy? I was wondering what that meant.
I was wondering where he was going.
Well, I mean, guys, you can take it however you want. I'm gonna say
Are they moist? Are they sweaty? What is
Listen,
that?
we've got a lead on our killer from the
Ski
motel.
delicious.
He's wearing a Santa suit and a hat.
Hiding in plain sight.
What if he was punishing them?
I'll fix this in the audio version for the watchers.
We're just gonna have to take this maniac down ourselves.
Malcolm McDowell is just so like over the top.
Christmas Eve is the scariest damn night of the year.
Okay.
Alrighty.
It really was.
Sorry about those technical difficulties. Like I said, it's all Steve's fault. So, moving on.
Very nice.
We have a plot rundown. Whose pick is this?
I was gonna
Well-
say, I don't think anybody really picked it.
I thought
Yeah, this would just be
we could just put it on.
Yeah, I think
Somebody-
it just kind of fell in.
Was this a Bobby pick?
no, this would be because this would be a year of the
No, this,
sequel.
yeah, this falls into the sequel, the year of the sequel
Oh, I
/
thought
remake.
this was just one of the picks that we picked for the special holiday thing. We all picked a movie.
Well, you know what? I would love Bob to run it down for us if he could.
Actually, yeah, do it.
I'll run it down for you.
To protect
But wait.
Irvin, read the rundown.
Yeah, you got to read it to us like you're reading our rights.
A serious masked man in a Santa suit starts dishing out murderous punishment to those he dreams naughty in a quiet Wisconsin town. It is up to the sheriff and his deputies to stop him. In a town that boasts the largest Santa Claus parade around. I have never heard of a town that ever does that, so okay.
Fair enough.
Maybe
wanna
it's the
go.
Wisconsin thing.
Yeah.
They're cheeseheads. It's Christmas Eve. The blood flows freely, and the murders are plenty. But can they catch the killer before he finishes his bloody rampage? Will anyone be left alive on Christmas morning? Yeah, some poor fucker didn't get laid. What?
Yeah. Christmas morning.
This was my first watch of this.
Same.
Correct.
It was just fun.
This was.
Like,
Yeah, this was not a movie that's going to like change your life by any means. However,
Whoever suggested when we picked our Christmas picks, thank you. Because
yes, it was a good ride.
Yeah.
That's
And
what it
I'm
is.
going to say this right away.
Say it.
Santa,
What's that?
the look of Santa,
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, that was really that was
Fucking
scary.
fucking
as
creepy.
fuck,
Fucking creepy.
right?
Like, what
You
if,
know what would have been made it better if he had the fur from Christmas Evil Santa on him.
ooh, the dark
yeah, that would look cool.
chinchilla fur there.
Yeah.
I don't know what else would you fucking call. No, man. Like I love the simplistic, like, dude, those dollar store masks, and he just makes his own, like, dude, like,
In a
now-
suitcase. He keeps them around in a suitcase.
like
It's rad.
that's what's cool because like this isn't just your normal. It's still a masked Santa, which are like I don't know. Obviously, we all like our masked serial killers, and this just
That, and they did one of my favorite things ever. They kept pace with the film, and they didn't spend too much time lore building until the end. They kept the entire story for
that's
an ending.
true. Now, I will say, as much as I did like it, I do got to throw a couple punches at it because, like I said, it's a product of its time.
Mhm.
So I feel J.J. Abrams would even say there's a little bit too many lens flares going on in this movie.
No, Michael Bay would say that.
Mike,
No, Bay does the explosions.
no, Bay's explosions.
If you
J.J.
take
Abrams is
the
lens
Texas
flares.
Chainsaw remake, the 09 Friday remake, and this film, they're all in the same family.
Right, but
They
I'm saying
look
if you look at
so
Abrams,
similar.
if you look at Abrams like Star Trek and shit like that, dude, I'm just saying the lens flare is just that's what he's known for.
Yeah, that's true.
That and I even
Spielberg too.
I have to kick myself in the nuts on this one because I know it's going to bring it up. But just like a movie that I made us watch a long time ago with our dear Alex Probst, we watched Splinter. This movie fucking had shaky cam, bro.
Yep,
shaky
I even wrote that down. I wrote that down because I hated the whole shaky cam.
Shaky cam. Listen, I will give credit for shaky cam in one scene alone, and that is when he cattle prods the fucking like tween little girl. Because it makes sense why you would have shaky cam. She's getting electrocuted, but the rest of it is just like, oh my god, this is so jarring.
I actually didn't mind the shaky cam. I liked it. I thought it fit.
That's fine.
I did not. That was my takeaway too. Was the terrible shaky cam.
I just had to like pick on myself just because I was like, well, I feel like Splinter's probably going to come up in this conversation. But no, other than that, man, it was a fucking brutal movie. My wife came in during the Christmas tree lot scene there.
Nice.
Right. Like one of probably the best parts of the movie. And she just watched it and she's like, I can't watch this one with you. I was like, why? She's like, it's too no. She's like, I can't do the sounds. So I was like, yeah, whatever.
She can't do the sounds.
She gets very squeamish when it comes, like, especially when you,
Some bones.
like when you just hear that like meat, like that squishy meat sound, you know what I mean, dude? Like that just gets her.
Hey,
I'm just
I'm making macaroni and cheese.
right? No, definitely not mac and cheese.
No, get the fuck back here. Hey, speaking of cunts, let's hear from one.
Yeah.
Love it.
Main cunt.
Howdy. It is your DKB here once again, all the way from motherfucking down under. And today I'm going to give you my 2 cents, as I do every fucking week, on a little film from 2012 called Silent Night. Silent Night. Holy Santa Claus shit. This film is pedal to the metal from the word fucking go. This had everything that I love in a slasher film. The dark humor.
You hear the train?
Bulk violence.
Yeah.
The bulk fucking violence. And the titty bang bangs. You know, you get the titties fucking around and shit. I love me some pretty titties. So who doesn't? But in saying that, what makes this film for me is the third act. And that's all due to the lighting. The lighting in this film is fucking magnificent. So whoever lit this film, hats off to you, brother or mother, sister, whatever. I think it definitely makes this film fucking great. Honestly, I do love our slasher's character design. You know, it's simple, but yet somewhat effective in a creepy, weird way. I also love that they don't try and force the twist in your face, you know, like some movies. Some movies explain the twist as if you're fucking stupid, you know. This just gives you subtle hints throughout the film, and then it shows you at the end why the killer is and who he is for that reason, you know. And I like that. And then it just ended, and I was like, that's all you need. That's all you need. You don't have to go too overboard with that shit. Yeah, so as I said, this film did not disappoint, and I'm probably going to have to give this a Gore and More score of a 3.9. I'm going to give it a 3.9 because it definitely caught me off guard, and it had everything that I wanted, you know. Yeah, amazing film. Whoever picked it this week, you're a motherfucking legend. So, once again, this is your DKB signing out. And as I say, every fucking week, get fucked cunts, right? And all the best. Peace train. Home skillets.
I love it.
I don't know why, but the moment he started his video, I had like tears streaming down because I was like starting to laugh.
Hey, I'd like to propose that we change something in our show notes. From now on, I think the best tits, hottest girl category should now be called Titty Titty Bang Bang.
I'm not opposed to that.
I think that's a perfect fit for this.
And when I do get the soundboard, that will be a sound.
Bang.
Titty titty bang bang.
Ugh.
So, guys,
Yes.
I love
Moving
this
on.
movie.
Yeah.
This movie's fucking nuts.
This was a pleasant surprise. It was a lot better than I was expecting.
Yes.
I can agree with that too. I agree with Chad.
I would even not even bother calling this a remake. It doesn't.
No.
Aside from the antler kill, there is nothing of the original in this, and I think it works better that way.
I agree with that too. They even the description, because I actually watched it on Prime. The description says in the loose remake. I watched it. I'm like, that's very loose.
I would
The
say like
electricity kill can be inspired from the electricity kill in 2.
I would say maybe like reboot more than remake.
Or I would say somebody else's take on the whole thing. To be honest with you, because
Yeah, I mean,
just
it was-
called Silent Night too, not Silent Night.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, and I don't know if you guys, Scoob, if you're listening to, you could throw this out because you were on last week. I almost feel you could have called this Christmas Evil, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that name would have worked crazy for this movie, but
Believe it or not, this is actually based on a true story too.
is it really? Like Flamethrower Santa?
Mhm.
Dude, that's fucked up.
It's in my show notes. It's the very first thing that I have. You guys want me to talk about the movie a little more? Do you want me to? All right. So, the 2012 adaptation of Silent Night is based on a real event known as the Covina Massacre on Christmas Eve in 2008. So, this is actually pretty recent. A 45-year-old man named Bruce Jeffrey Pardo killed 9 people by gunshot wounds or an arson fire at a holiday party. Pardo wore a Santa suit during the massacre, as does the main antagonist in Silent Night.
That's fucked up.
That is insane, dude.
That is creepy as hell.
In 2008, dude. It's like you said, really not that long ago.
No, it's not. It's just like a dozen years ago. And you got to think. Now, it also makes you kind of wonder, was he inspired by the original Silent Night, Deadly Night to dress up as Santa during it? Was he dressed up as Santa for the holiday party and he just snapped? So it could be life imitating art. This could be like art imitating life, imitating art.
There you go.
Yeah. Dude, there's a movie for you. I mean, not that it kind of hasn't been done before, but
It's like Inception.
dude, so if you made a new Silent Night, but Silent Night Inception style, or would you do it? Or would you do it like House That Dreaded Sundown, where like the OG movie exists in the new movie or something like that, and then that's what like could tweak your.
That could be a fun twist.
Interesting. All right. What
All
we got, dude? What else we got?
This is the third remake of an 80s horror film in which Jamie King has starred. She previously starred in My Bloody Valentine in 2009.
Oh, man.
By the way, we're watching that next year.
Are we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, Jensen Ackles.
Yeah. And she was in Mother's Day in 2010, a remake of the 1980 slasher.
Trauma film.
Not seen that one.
Me neither.
That's a trauma film.
Is it really?
Yes, sir. Mother's Day.
That is like really, really early first trauma, practically.
Yes. Lloyd loves that film. Loves it. He's very proud of it.
No shit.
Awesome.
I mean, he has to be if it got a fucking Hollywood remake how many years later?
Fair enough. I mean, it'd be
Not
interesting.
many trauma films get remade with big budgets.
Well, speaking of, aren't we getting Toxie now? Aren't they bringing him back?
Well, Dinklage.
Is Dinklage actually playing Toxie or what?
I think he's playing Melvin.
I've read conflicting things.
We don't know.
We'll
Maybe
figure-
he'll voice Toxie.
There you go.
I want to get 3 different fucking voices like in the first one again, dude. Where it's like all fucking crazy dubbing and shit.
Oh God. Overkill.
Okay, anyway, continuing on. The line, "What is this? Garbage Day," is a reference to Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. Obviously.
Yeah.
That was pretty straightforward. There's a scene where an elderly man wakes up after not talking for a year to warn his grandson to watch out. This pays homage to the scene in the original. Remember where the
Fucking
little boy's
mint.
grandfather?
That's what that scene was. That scene was fucking mint.
Okay, so that explains that for me because unfortunately I have never actually seen the original. I've only heard you guys talk about it.
The original was such a fun movie to watch.
I have to watch.
You definitely need to watch the original. It's really
It
good.
sucks, man. Like they have 2 through fucking 5, and 6 on fucking Tubi, except for the first one. It's like, God damn it. I'm sure I can find it on Prime or whatever. Anyways, what else you got, Chad? Sorry.
The film's Wisconsin setting is a reference to the protests of the original film, which were centered in Milwaukee.
Okay.
This is the second horror remake of a seasonal slasher film Michael McDowell starred in after Halloween. He also regretfully turned down a role in Black Christmas, the first seasonal slasher film.
Oh, you idiots! Oh, we could have got Malcolm McDowell and Billy together.
He could have.
Malcolm McDowell is Billy.
Oh, I can't wait. He comes back next week.
Hey, don't be pulling a chubby now. You got to pull.
He wants a lick. Okay, keep going.
At one point, Sheriff Coop.
You literally just stopped his train.
Bro,
dude.
Chad.
Oh, God. I can't wait for next week. Okay, at one point, Sheriff Cooper mentioned CSI Miami. Brendan Fair, who plays Deputy Jordan, starred as Dan Cooper in this series from 2008.
Okay.
And Maria is briefly choked with a shower curtain before she escapes the apartment. This is an homage to Claire's death scene in Black Christmas, where she is strangled to death with a laundry bag.
Yep. I loved it. Such a good visual homage.
And that was when he went back or that's when the dude who I thought got killed, but he got the sickle in the nuts. That's when he shot through the wall, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's all I got. There wasn't much behind the scenes. It's pretty basic.
It's a very,
I love the Resident Evil fall out of the window.
bro. I love the movie magic of just perfect placement, soft garbage.
I think all good horror movies have a slow action sequence at some point.
I would say at least 90% of them do. That's for sure.
Jason Goes to Hell has a whole diner sequence.
So that literally had.
But it fits so perfect.
It
But it's
does.
funny though because it went from the slow dive to the crazy shake cam
Right,
run
and
across
that's what
the parking
and
lot.
that's what I like about it. It's such a change of pace.
It's
and
so
it kind of
extreme,
breaks up.
dude.
It breaks up the monotony of it, and I think that it just kind of works because it's so out of this world. But this whole movie is. He pulls out a fucking flamethrower at some point.
Dude.
You brought a flamethrower to a gunfight.
That right?
The fact that he was just so fucking confident, yet he missed.
Malcolm McDowell is amazing in this film.
He is.
Yes, he is.
Completely over the top and perfect for it, dude.
And don't even try to be a hero. That's my job.
I told you I'd fucking get him. Like,
Fuck.
that's what I'm saying, dude.
What
When we get to the D-bag question, it's gonna be a tough one in this one, dude. Because
I can't pick the sheriff just because of all of his lines. It was so stupid. One of my favorite lines when they're talking about Carson, and she's like, "Double S." It's like, double S, double screwed.
yeah, right.
So dumb, but I had to rewind it to hear it again.
No,
It was so
we're not
stupid.
going to cancel the parade. No, all criminals mess up at some point. They do.
I love when the
What?
review. I love when the review of the tape too.
Double S. He looks
Yes.
at her, goes double S.
That tape scene's so fucking.
The tape where he puts on the glasses like old man style right at the edge of the nose. Just, we can fast forward this. Nope. We get to see everything. Love it. Fucking
That and the
love it.
jump scare when everybody else is scared. He's like, "What?
Right?
What? Fucking Santa!"
You know what? It worked. It made me hop a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting
Give
it.
him Man of the Year award.
Right?
What's that?
Give him the Man of the Year
Yeah,
award.
yeah. For
Yeah.
a movie he did in 2012, absolutely.
Absolutely.
If we're doing this, we're giving James Woods it every year just for existing. So
I love it. Oh,
anyway, yes.
no, man. Like, yeah, like this movie was over the top. It gave you a ton of blood, which was great.
It also
Good blood too. Can I talk about like the CGI and practical was like really well balanced?
yeah, it
Yeah,
really
I'd say the CGI
I
was just-
surprised with that.
It was just excess blood to just,
Especially with the head explosion.
yeah. Well, that and the shot. I mean, I know.
I do wish that the ho 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 brass knuckle sequence actually showed the head exploding upon impact. I think
That
that,
would've been
would have been something more along the lines of that Halloween sequence when Michael's in the hospital and he kind of like show him stabbing that girl too much. I wish that they would show that him going overboard with that dude's face the way that we know he did with the Knuckles. To me, that was just rad.
It was kind of weird though. Like I was expecting it to be more fucked up when they had him placed up against the jail cell. You know what I mean? Like,
fucked up as I thought he was.
Now, right?
like, dude, if they gave us what you just said, like a full like face cave in because the guy just went so
This
ham.
isn't Halloween 2018, and he's not what's his name? Sardine. That's what we're gonna call him. Sardine. That's the guy's name.
I was thinking because H2 he does it with the foot stomp, but
Does he?
yeah, he does it to the one guy outside of the titty bar.
Oh, yes, he does. Yes, he does.
I can't think of his fucking name right now, but he's been in like every other Rob Zombie movie too.
Yeah.
But no, man, this movie's still brutal as fuck.
I mean, it also has one of the few kills where it really makes you go, oh shit.
You know what? A good movie that did that? The Head Crush? Adam's movie, Texas Chainsaw 3D. The basement scene with the KMB did the effects dummy whenever he takes the hammer and beats the dude's skull in.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's the one that comes to mind immediately. That's done really well.
I got to see that in theaters twice, actually. It was nice.
Really? That's rad. In 3D?
3D the first time, and then
I
not
did
3D the
the same
second time.
Yeah. But this movie
I had to
also-
see it 3D the first time, dude.
This movie really made you, if you're a kid, though, would make you fear Christmas.
Oh, my God.
Dude, my daughter kept trying to like ask me about this movie, and I'm like, I can't even talk to you about it. She's like, why? I'm like, no, I just can't.
Because Aaron watched it and complained the whole time. She's like, this isn't the original, Dad. She's like, it's copying. This is a copy.
Dude, you
And,
horror snobbed your daughter out, bro.
Oh,
Good.
the moment they put him up on the antlers, she's like, nah. No, it's a copy, Dad. It's a copy. I was like, okay.
Did you kick her out of the room? I would have.
No, we spent
Like,
dinner
get out.
explaining what an homage was.
And the word of the day is
Yeah.
Oh, no. It's just,
no, but and you know what? Like Brody, I gotta say, would agree with Brody, man. Like the lore wasn't thrown at you like right in the get go, so it didn't just get chogged down with that.
yeah.
Saved it right to the end, which was. I honestly wasn't even expecting that. I didn't even know if they were going to give us that. You know
I
what
was
mean?
wondering if they were even going to reveal the killer's identity. So
Yep,
I
because
was
they
kinda
got so
surprised.
far into it, I was just like, you know what? I don't even care. It could just be some fucking dude. It doesn't bother me. Like
Again, we've grown to accept that as slasher films because sometimes that is used as a scapegoat for a
absolutely.
story. So
yeah,
again,
fuck it.
they could have gotten away, but they gave us that extra little sprinkle, a little extra cream on there, and we sopped it up, baby, and it was delicious. Every little bite.
Potentially leaving it open for a sequel that we'll probably never get.
And I'm kind of glad that they didn't unmask the killer at the end because it wouldn't have served any purpose to the story because they would just looked at him like, who the fuck are you?
Right?
Because they had no connection to him whatsoever.
And
I mean, some of the people that died, like,
Well,
one
they
person
did, but not that they knew of.
the reasoning for him killing is similar to the first one as well, because he views a very violent act and then replicates.
Mhm.
True.
That's how the first one happens.
And it's a violent Santa, just the Santa who is the Santa, just yeah.
The only thing I didn't like at the end was you see the mask melting. Like, if there was a sequel, I would have loved to have seen that part of the mask like melted to his face and made it more grotesque. And
Or even
I think that's why we got that shot of the melt of
right, the fucked up
Burn,
like half
yeah.
side of his face at least. Like
and I feel like if something like that melted in your face, you're not getting it off. Kind of like the Strangers Pray at Night sackhead. It's kind of like starts to melt into your skin type thing.
be
that. I was thinking like Chrome Skull or whatever like that, where it's all fucking like glued on. Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. So
And, guys, we got an axe duel in this movie.
I know. That was fucking awesome. I wish it lasted a little longer, but
Can we talk about the foreshadowing and how they foreshadowed that with the blue light and contrasting it to the red light?
can we just talk about all the lighting in this movie?
It's
we
beautiful.
had it at one point, but
Terry goes, "Oh, it's green. Oh, it's Christmas." I was like, "Yes."
It was very well done too.
oh my god, that whole in the police station, man, with just the emergency lights alone, that was great.
That's when we get to it. Never mind. Early.
And Ken, I love the Garbage Day reference immediately followed up by the heavy metal and then the ice pick in the eye. Like you're just like,
Is that what that is? Is it an ice pick?
Yeah.
I couldn't. I thought it was a
I thought it
pickaxe.
was. I thought it
no,
was.
it's like a small pickaxe. Sorry, yeah.
I was gonna say, it looked like an axe. I'm like, but the problem that I had with that is when I saw it, I'm like, it didn't go all the way in.
That and then the whole logistics
He
happened.
said.
We have the same conversation we had in Slumber Party Massacre 2 was how did he accurately swing that inside of a fucking car?
Well, I think he was in the back seat.
Yeah, but
Okay, the headrests. What do you do? Remove
No,
the
it
fucking headrests?
Listen, because I really did think about this because I was questioning of how the fuck he even opened the window. And I was like, okay, so let's just say this is just spitballing. He's got the seat already down. He uses the weapon because it's an automatic window to roll down the window so that the guy comes up and sees
you
nobody.
notice the seat being down when we got the POV shot of him.
Would you have noticed an arm too pressing a button?
No, I said he would use the weapon because he'd be in the back seat. So you'd have to use your weapon as an extension to hit the little switch. The window's down. He goes up to it. Now, I don't know about you. I didn't personally notice the backrest of the second seat. I looked in the passenger, which you saw, but the second one you didn't really see. So I figured if that's down, that would give you enough room for a small sway out that window from the back seat. But Officer Bob, you got to tell me, man. You're the one who knows this shit.
Yeah, come on, Officer
My
Bob.
calculations
CSI.
are correct. My calculations are correct. I don't fucking know.
This baby
Okay.
hit 88 miles per hour. This baby hits 88 miles per hour.
And don't say Detective Bob just yet. You cut him some
That's
slack.
true. He's got to work those ranks, dude.
That's
A
right.
fucking rookie.
You got to do the subway
Working
shit
the
first for a few
streets,
years.
Subway fresh.
Yeah. If you're guarding a subway in the subway, dude, that is
That's a hell of a job.
yeah, right.
No, you ain't getting no extra meat on that sandwich. Move it along, man.
Move it along.
So should we jump into some questions, gentlemen?
Yeah,
Let's
so
move this bad boy along.
I watched it on Tubi.
As well.
Same.
Okay.
Why'd you watch it on Prime, by the way, buddy? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, when I was doing homework, I know you said Tubi, but then I'm like, I had Amazon up already, so I said, oh, let me look, and I said, oh, it had a 4K resolution to it, so I said, fuck it.
There you go. I was just wondering if you were just like, you know what? Fuck commercials. I don't want to see any of them.
All that too.
So
Yeah,
that's
in
fair.
all honesty, I think I only had like maybe 2 or 3 commercials.
I had
for the whole
2.
movie. Yeah, I was thinking 2, but I could have been wrong.
Yeah.
My first commercial break was timed horribly. It was halfway through the pickaxe in the eye.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mine was right in the middle of when that little girl was bitching out her mom about going shopping. And it did that, and it came back right as the doorbell rang, and I was like, perfect.
The same way that girl got knocked out is the same way they ended Goldberg's streak in WCW. The old taser to the chest.
They tased her and then they fucking picked him.
Yes.
WWE just did a whole documentary about his streak.
Did he?
Of course, I'm going to argue and say that they got the number wrong, but that's just me being the guy. But I thought it was 182, not 173. Just say it.
Do they? I obviously sidebar on this, but do they say why that? Like, do they take any away from him or anything? Or
They just state that it was a 173 win streak, and I believe I've said it on this show before. Whenever we talked about Santa's sleigh, that it was 180 something.
Hey Google, what was Goldberg's winning streak in WCW?
174 days. According to Wikipedia, that started
174 days.
Days or is it wins?
Count of 173 to 0, and after 174 days as champion when he lost the title to Kevin Nash after Scott Hall, disguised as a ringside security guard, made a run.
I hope everybody can hear this.
I
With a
can.
taser gun.
That could be where the confusion is. They're probably the documentary might be going by days, not
Okay,
wins.
and there also is unreported house shows wins that don't get recorded. So that's where the confusion was. Because again, we have access to podcasts like 83 Weeks with Eric Bischoff and the owner of WCW. When he goes, well, there were extra matches. So, that's what I'm getting my.
Gotcha. Okay.
And like Chad said, the days to match ratio thing.
Right.
All right. Okay.
Little jerk the curtain
Either
there for
way,
you, everybody.
He was one of the best built wrestlers ever because in the 90s, you believe that man, nobody could beat him.
Dude,
The tits.
listen, he was going to be, if there was ever a live action DBZ that was done right, he was going to be fucking Nappa full
Oh,
out.
yeah.
There was
Yeah.
no way he wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, Still could be. But
I think Dave Bautista would be more believable now.
Agreed.
Nappa?
Yeah.
Probably.
Tom Hardy with a thin mustache.
Although, because now Disney owns Fox.
Now we don't need a live action DBZ. Don't even go.
Never.
No, fuck it.
Why?
I don't think it has the potential of being good the way other things are.
It's pretty much unfilmable. You can't do it.
I would leave it alone.
Have you watched Rise of the Monkey King on Netflix? That's literally DBZ's right there.
That's more original Dragon Ball than DBZ. DBZ.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like,
sagas.
I'm just saying, like, that's how you could do it, though. Like, they already proved that you could do, like, people flying around in powers and shit. So, I don't know.
Okay, if it is done and it hasn't been done proper to date.
No, I'll fully give you out that. Yeah. The last one was a trope.
I just think it's hard to emulate a show that kind of utilizes the fact that it's animated to its fullest potential and kind of goes overboard.
That's
it's
fair.
just one of those things that then you'd have to make a movie that's equal to that, or people are going to bitch. And I think that that's what's happened at this point is people are failed to capture that is the outrageousness that is the television show.
Yeah.
Because you got to take it down.
I was just thinking for overly animated. I was like, well, they did it for Endgame.
Yeah.
But
think about it though. Just the whole Saiyan / Frieza saga itself would have to be a trilogy.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying it wouldn't, dude. Like, I figured it would be like I figured the first movie would just be the Saiyans. Like, you'd get Raditz right off the bat. He'd die quick, and then you could do like a flash forward of like, you don't have to have Goku like do the whole snake way. Like, there's some stuff you could probably cut out.
There's a lot you could cut out.
Right. Like, dude, any of the filler episodes, just get rid of that shit. You know what we want. We want fucking baseline story, right into fighting, amazing fights, then done.
To hear the rest of John's filibuster about Dragon Ball Z, tune into our Patreon at patreon.com/Project Louder, and $5 a month, and you can become a certified Jive Turkey and have access to exclusive content, interviews, Patreon Q&As, and live shout outs. So head on over to patreon.com/Project Loud.
Thanks for bringing that up, by the way. That reminded me last week I meant to pick the Jive Turkey Santa Claus as my pick for favorite character.
Jesus.
When they did the lineup, he's like, this is a bunch of jive. Like, he had one line and that was the best part of the whole movie.
Fucking A. Dude, who is the worst part of this movie, guys?
Man,
this is a tough call, a big tough call.
There's a lot of douchebags in this town.
Oh, I know who it is. It's that bitch boy of a cop.
Oh,
Giles?
he was
Giles.
He was just an idiot. I
was gonna say the preacher.
Hey, I'm not feeling good, guys. I can't go out.
I'm not saying that dude wasn't a pussy, but I think the Reverend.
I gotta agree. It was the creepy, rapey preacher.
Yeah.
You know something? I'm just gonna have to agree with that because he was just.
Because like you have the dude, the coke selling Santa, and he was a dick, but it's like, well, he's also.
Why did that look like the dad from Alf with chemo?
Yeah, glasses on him, dude. He would have been. Oh my god!
Wow, he would have fit that.
Especially when no Willie Tanner. Off, dude, like, can I say though, his death was very satisfying. That was a hell of a.
Yeah,
that was a hell of a lot of blood splatter for one good shot, dude.
Well, it was right in his head.
You want to talk about showing an empowered woman properly? That is something.
But that brings up one of my pet peeves on movies like that when they do a headshot. Why is it always dead center?
Because everybody's
that's the best spot. I don't know.
But every time you see that in a movie, it's never like off to the left or anything. It's
not
always
true.
right.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
You get shot off to the left.
Ooh.
Yeah, right here.
Okay, I'll give you that. But
part 6. Part 6.
You're saying for most of them that are a kill, like a legit kill. You're right.
Dead center.
Dead center.
FBI barely could hit Jason, and Jason goes to hell. He got shot over 100 times, varying calibers. This guy.
They had a headshot here with the crack of the mask.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I mean, Friday the 13th seems not to follow those rules, but as Chad said, every single other fucking movie that's ever existed does. So special effects guys out there, start putting them off kilter. You're starting to bother Chad.
Yeah, shoot them in the eye or something. Make it. I love eye
I always
shot.
like a good eye shot. That's fine.
Actually, no, it wasn't. No, that was a machete. Never mind.
Oh, funny about that scene though. What you were talking about the woman empowerment. I just liked how she literally she just murked a dude, and that was the mental clarity she needed to finish her fucking crossword puzzle.
Well, it was her standing up for herself. I think her getting beat up in the alleyway was woke her up to be like, okay, I can't do this without my husband. I'm not mentally strong enough to fight back. And I think by her standing up to him and overpowering him, and the moment he pulled out that gun, that was a moment for her to justify to herself that yes, she can do this. She can perform her job to the best of her abilities and defend herself. And I think that that's the entire point of that character and that kind of subplot going throughout the film, as it shows a sort of character development, because at the beginning of this film, we see this very broken and troubled young lady. And by the end, we see this lady that's kind of been reborn through the trauma that allowed her to heal from past trauma, if that makes sense. So she came out kind of better and stronger, even though so much loss happened along the way. I think that it kind of, fuck you.
So in other words,
we get what you're saying though.
Listen, she had her Linda Hamilton moment. She did good.
I just thought it was. I was hoping for the little bit of humor moment, like she would have whipped the crossword out of her back pocket and been like snowflake, right after the shot.
Or it would have been okay.
Oh, perfect. But so for douche of the movie, I'm gonna go with Reverend. And
I agree.
Secondary douche.
I'll go with Kyle's. Favorite kill, motherfuckers. So
fuck it. Came up with it, little girl.
The taser and the
kill.
spear.
Fuck yeah!
I would
Listen,
say that's the most satisfying kill. That is for sure.
it's not every movie where
That's
you literally see Santa Claus at the door. What do you got for me, bitch? Here you go. Just sticks it right in her chest and says, "Fuck you."
But that scene wouldn't have meant shit if they didn't give you that little 1 minute beforehand of her just being a full cunt to her mom.
Exactly.
And you were just I will agree. That was definitely the most justified, when you got to
But don't get me wrong, there's still that little bit of it's a little kid, but it's also you suck.
It was more like fuck that little kid.
They made sure to establish that this kid fucking sucks before they hit her with a taser.
Yeah, that they did, and they established that pretty well. I got to go with the wood chipper kill.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
For the sheer brutality of it. He could have went for the quick kill and shoved her in head first. No, he jams her in feet first. She was feeling that for a while.
And the best part is,
She screamed all the way until the moment her head hit.
Mm-hmm.
I like how he tossed in her extra foot just to get that little bit of extra meat, just to show her what the fuck is about. You know what I mean? Yeah, dude. That was, and like I said, that was the scene the wife walked in and she was just she saw about 30 seconds of that when he was pushing her down. She was just nope. And then just walked.
That would be the scene where I come in and go, that's the shit.
Bobby's like, what are we watching? Just sitting right down on the couch. Yeah.
What are you watching?
I understand, dude. I'd be the same way.
Oh,
It's
yes.
a woman who was naked getting chipped away. So, never mind.
Well, she wasn't naked. She was topless.
But
I personally like the Christmas lights kill.
In the beginning?
That's fantastic. I think that whole opening sequence is pretty rad, but I think that whole Christmas lights kill of him down there and him thinking that he's getting free, but it's just fucking Santa.
And the best is the shit he says to Santa before he dies. I love the shit he says in panic. Come on, man. She was fucking begging for it. Okay, even if that was the husband about to kill you, that is not the fucking thing to say.
No.
You know what I mean? Holy shit. But obviously, panic state. He's looking death in the eye.
I just like how he's I didn't know she was married. I didn't see a ring on it. And he's just I really don't give a fuck.
I also liked when the cop came and found him, that the Santa was still lit up in the background.
Yeah, it was perfect right in that spot.
But oh man, there was a lot of good kills in this movie, dude. I would even the headshot was just a gnarly kill alone, just because of the amount of blood that came out of that fucking
Even
thing.
the sheriff's death with a flamethrower, it's you don't see that.
Brass knuckle, yeah. I mean, dude, you get a lot.
I don't know about you guys, but I would love to know what was the triggering point for this guy to finally start killing.
There wasn't.
I think it was right from the beginning. I think like once he saw what happened, I mean, obviously we're in spoiler territory now. Once he saw his dad do his thing,
so he'd been doing this for years, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they said he's been going from town to town.
Okay,
Right,
I didn't really make that connection, but I got it.
It just seems weird, like now that he came back to his hometown.
Yeah.
Well, no, that is the hometown because it would have been the dad that was the.
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember that one scene with the homicide list. That whole list, I think there was a couple that were connected to him.
So wait, what was it?
Remember when the deputy has the list? They printed up a list of the murders.
Oh yeah.
Like different towns, but there was one that was pinned, I think, to this guy, or supposedly.
Well, it's pinned to the Epstein dude because he was at the same place at the same time when the shit went down.
Right,
Mr. Snow.
Mr. Snow, yeah. What a great Santa name.
Best scene. I think they called him Mr. Snow because he was a coke dealer. But anyway,
That's my guess too.
Yeah.
Best
scene. Yeah, boys. Again, the whole jail sequence.
I'm gonna go with that whole third act in the jail in the police station.
Yeah, just as soon as like he kills the lights, emergency lights come on, the fucking rain or the water comes on, dude. It's on like such a good scene. Oh man, it's a fun movie, dude. Like I said, it's definitely hard to kind of like dude, because you could still even say the whole lead up, like that porn scene into the whole wood chipper scene. Like I dug that too.
Yeah, I gotta say, I kind of feel like a lot of this movie borrows a lot from the My Bloody Valentine remake.
That fucking sequence of her running naked through everything. That's total My Bloody Valentine.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. I enjoyed it.
We don't get to see any little people get ejected into a fucking ceiling though. So
my favorite scene, I would have to agree with Brody, the third act, because one of my favorite shots is the Santa going down that hallway with the red, and you just see
the
his
black,
eye looking through, like that subtle creepiness was perfect.
It looks like the mask that Shelley wears in part 3 with a Santa beard attached to it.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah, it's very much. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
So
that whole clear face.
Act, I mean, I love the whole movie, but the third act, that's my favorite scene. The whole thing.
I mean, it definitely brings you in too. That's for sure. So, with that, we would say opening scene.
Absolutely.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Fucking man.
Yeah, you got some great, awesome Christmas kills right off the bat. Some cool, like, making of a mask montage, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Kind of a proper introduction to your killer.
Yeah, and not like doesn't take too long. Gets right to the point. And yeah,
we do have to mention that Santa talks once.
And he doesn't. I thought he was going to say naughty, and he didn't even say that.
Or he said not nice.
He said not nice.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I figured they were going to go with the naughty line, but
so titty bang bang,
titty bang. Can I just say the whole choir of girls dressed as Santas?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the girl who had hers out.
I'm with Bobby.
Fair enough.
Not Asian fever, Chad.
She wasn't bad.
Okay, fair enough.
She was pretty young in this though. Maybe Chad was that. Maybe
she ain't no Trini. So
no.
Score.
I like the score.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It fitted pretty well.
Had no wham.
No wham.
No wham. Favorite character?
I got to go with the sheriff.
Yeah, I was gonna say Malcolm McDowell.
I love the sheriff.
But sheriff, it's Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve for all of us.
Yeah, that's my favorite character.
Yeah, yeah. So we all picked the sheriff on this.
Well, scary. I'm gonna say for again another one of those few films. Actually, there's the jump scares that were effective. John admitted earlier that he got a little pop there. So I think that yes, this film is scary at points only because it utilizes everything that has it at its disposal properly.
I would say
definitely props to the mask too.
Yes. Oh yeah. I'm just like I said earlier, I would definitely not show this to my kid.
No,
like this is not one of the horror movies. I was like now your daughter, she's obviously
Karen's pretty
accustomed.
desensitized.
Yeah, she's accustomed to it. But you definitely don't want to show this to like a kid probably under the age of 10.
I wish I could have showed you her reaction to the Evil Dead game trailer.
Yeah.
The fact that it features Kelly so heavily, she popped so hard. Oh, it was great.
See, I went nuts when it showed fucking Arthur.
Same. Same. I was like, holy shit, it's Arthur.
Right? Like, what the fuck?
We're going to play the fuck out of that.
Can we sidebar on that real quick? I'm just taking a guess. Are we talking like Friday 13th, Dead by Daylight style, I'm guessing?
It doesn't look that way.
I don't know. It looks like it's 4-player co-op, but I can't tell.
Predator Hunting Grounds.
Oh shit!
No, that's terrible.
There's
That's
the 4-on-1 mode. One of them's going to be a Deadite, and you're going to hunt the fucking Deadite. You're a third-person shooter, you know. And then someone's
that's why I kind of figured like that's why I figured it was kind of like maybe like a Jason game, but it wouldn't be more like Dead Space 2 multiplayer. So you got like a team of who are actually the enemies, and then 4 people who are the heroes.
That's how I saw it, and then I saw like maybe like a special infected or something, and then like maybe even have like Ash be like a Jarvis power up in the Friday 13th game.
Right,
because you
like
can't have somebody start as Ash. That's not fair.
Well, if you did, I think like you would have to go like either maybe find or maybe even have to like make the chainsaw or you know like who knows like.
Oh, actually, no, that would be pretty cool though. That would.
That's bad. I'm excited either way. I can't wait for that shit to fucking drop.
They have to have a balance of characters. There's plenty of established characters to play with. It's just that Ash has to be like at some point.
Who was the dude in the flannel? That was the one I did not know. And I felt stupid because I didn't.
Is
know
that the dude from Evil Dead 2 that is
See,
with?
That's what I was wondering. Yeah, but I couldn't. I wasn't.
I'd have to go back and rewatch it again. I don't remember
the guide, the redneck guide that helps.
No, It's the dude with the flannel, and he's got like feathered blonde hair. And I thought it was like the one boyfriend from maybe the first one.
Oh, him.
Like who gets like the really big mouth with like double layered. Yeah,
I know. That's maybe
unless it's the dude who opens the book in Evil Dead Remake.
Oh, maybe.
Which also could be. And
that would be cool, actually.
It's a video game.
Because the video game remake is technically in canon.
Yes.
Yes.
It is. So everything in here is legit.
So they did the actual, like, dude, that would be awesome if they pulled in the series.
The best power-up would be Evil
Just
Ash.
by trends right now, I'd say it's probably similar to Dead by Daylight and Predator Hunting Grounds, play-wise.
Right. That's what I just guessed based on the third person like co-op.
I don't think that there's an escape more than there is a survive thing to this game.
Probably.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be
Now if it gives us like an actual like co-op story mode, that'd be fucking great.
See, I'd rather have a nice story mode game than
I would too. I'm not gonna disagree.
I'm not a big fan of player versus player games.
I hope that this is just a whole co-op story thing, and this could be like a Left 4 Dead type.
Oh, that'd be phenomenal.
That would be wicked.
I think there's a game called Back for Blood that's like that. You don't have to look that up.
There's a game called Remnant that I just downloaded. It's third person. It's like that though too. Hunting monsters and shit co-op. But
also, I reviewed the footage that we recorded for Joints and Joysticks, and I don't know if it was the player I was on, but it seems we have some skippage issues. I'm going to fix it and see if I can convert it to a different file format.
All right, let me see if I can. I mean, if anything, maybe I could like compress it or something and send it. I don't know if it was.
Again, I got to fuck with it a little bit more on my end, but whenever I did a playback on mobile yesterday, I did experience a couple glitches in the feed. Again, not a big deal because we're going to pick and choose from it anyway.
Right.
But,
so let's get back to this juicy movie here.
Acting, fantastic.
Yeah,
yeah. Nobody was bad.
Especially Malcolm McDowell.
He was great. What's his name is Epstein is always good.
And I think that's what allows it to hold up as well as it has. I think
he was such a great comic relief, yet wasn't trying to be. It just came out.
He embodied the character that he was told to play.
Oh yes,
right. Like slightly asshole sheriff, but still a good guy.
Yes, he tried to take credit for everything.
That was
literally everything.
I know.
I think the cinematography is pud pounding good.
Mm-hmm. I would say it's great.
I think again, the lighting's on point where it needs to be. There's some awesome, I don't know if you guys noticed this. Some of you complain about shaky cam, but dialogue scenes had some awesome panning shots and some awesome camera work that kind of separated from normal dialogue scenes because it actually created some sort of action within the camera movement. And it was interesting because it kind of matched the pacing of the film.
Yeah, there was nothing. Dude, this film never slowed down by any means.
No, it did not.
This is a freight
But
train
it,
of
but it
awesome.
wasn't like it was like too much in your face where you're like, dude, I need a breather. You know what
Now
I mean?
I
Like, it
will
was-
complain. This is a slight complaint about cinematography. I feel
Alright.
like the color grading on the footage in certain scenes is a little bit brown, and there's a little bit of blue, and it's too heavy on those colors depending on the scenario. I felt like it has Silent Hill problems. It has the washed out.
Oh,
That I was thinking that too.
that's
Like especially during the daylight outside shots, there was a lot of the colors were whitewashed.
Yeah.
It just, way too bright. Now that I think about it, it was just way too bright and a lot. Especially when she went to go see the Santa who was causing issues. Their whole lighting there, it looked very hazy. I didn't like that.
Again,
I do think
it's
it's
Anchor
insane.
Bay, and it's this time in
yeah. I was gonna say,
yeah.
you're in 2000s when everything's copying after Matrix 2, and everything's got to have
Even
some
video
weird kind
games
of
at this time had the blue and the brown.
Yep.
Resident Evil 4, Dead Space, things like that. That heavily relies on browns and blues because it's scary.
That's right.
So premise,
It's dirty is scary. Premise, great, dude.
Yeah.
Love the premise.
I mean, listen, we've watched a few Killer Santa movies before, and this one is one of the best ones.
Yes, it is.
Like, this is great.
brutality. This is a whole nother level. I mean, one could argue that Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 Killer is more ruthless, but this guy is pretty fucking
I mean, he does just go down the street, start
built like
killing.
a linebacker. So
Right. I know that's what I like too. I just like how they look at his footprints. And
I'd
it's like,
say
wow, he's a big
Ricky's,
fella.
Yeah, they just like, that's one. big
Ricky's more crazy than this dude, though.
Who's that?
Killer in 2.
Oh,
yeah.
Eric.
Freeman. Yeah, he's batshit crazy.
I mean, like I said, dude, he's literally going on a rampage, walking down the street.
So
And he's not even dressed as Santa, dude. He's just in a sweater. And
Exactly.
So what are we doing with the tape, boys? Are we going to recycle, rewind, or remake?
I'll
rewind
rewind this shit.
Rewind
Yeah.
for Dave.
I'll
Probably watch it again before
gladly.
Christmas.
I am going to watch this again this week.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm going to whip out the calculator, and I'm going
whip
to
it out.
start with the COVID positive guy.
I am going to give this a solid 4.
Fucking A-Chad, hell yeah. Bob?
4.1.
John?
Let's go with a 4.
I'll
TJ?
give a 4. That's a Gore N More score of 4.
Right on.
Alrighty.
I think it fits perfect for this film.
4 out of
definitely.
5. I mean, is this one of what's Santa, what is it? Santa Sleigh. What was that rated?
Santa Sleigh.
God. That
I'll have to double check my other notebooks out in the living
I
room.
feel like I went high on that one.
Yeah. Easily. What is next week is Black Christmas, and then
Yes.
The
Yeah.
What's
rare
that?
exports.
So next week is 2006 Black Christmas, which is on Amazon Prime and YouTube and all that stuff. So any of the main ones you could buy it
it's
on.
Black Xmas, not Christmas, just so everyone knows.
Whatever.
Yes, for the
2006.
2006 one, not the 2018 one or
No.
19, whatever.
1972.
And
That
I
one's
finally
fine.
bring back an OG Gore N More character to talk, and it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, it is.
Now, I have seen this version once when it first came out. I remember very little, but it was right after I watched the original one, and I instantly fell in love with that. I'm like, oh, there's a remake. Let's watch this. Yeah, no, it wasn't really the same vibe by any means, but I'm expecting to. I hope I enjoy it this time around.
I'm going with
Like-
an open mind. I know remakes of that movie get worse, so
As we've learned.
It's hard to even come close to the perfection that is Black Christmas, 1974. So.
Yeah, it's just such a standard. Like,
A big
John
standard.
Carpenter, you can take all the credit you want, baby. But Billy was cutting up sorority bitches way before Michael. So
oh yeah, he just didn't, and he didn't even need a mask.
no.
Nope.
All he needed
never
was
saw
a
him.
quick lick and ran through the house.
That's right. He just needed a telephone, and
He is a resourceful son of a bitch.
he was saran wrap or cellophane, whatever the fuck he. Alrighty. Yeah. So, anything else to announce, gentlemen? Any horror announcements or anything good like that?
Head on over to Patreon and become a Jive Turkey. Every little bit helps, and if we can get enough patrons, we can go full 1080p HD on this show. And yeah, that'll be pretty.
While
rad.
you're doing that, you know where you should also head? TeePublic. Get some sweet merch.
Yes, get all of our wonderful T-shirts, wear them, and don't be looking like an asshole.
I'll be getting my new shit next week. Woo!
Ordering myself.
Oi, you. Yeah, you cunt. You want to know why you look like a drop pie? Well, that's because you're not wearing any Project Louder merch, you fucking goddamn lousy son of a bitch. How about you do us all a goddamn favour? Park up, pull your fucking head in, visit the website over at projectlouder.net, click on the merch tab, and most of all, tell yourself you're sick of looking like an asshole. Grab some of that merch, treat yourself to a nice cold frothy, and start being the mad cunt we both know you truly are before I stab you in the face with a soldering iron. Cheers, cunts.
That will never not make me laugh.
Oh my God.
Hello there, creepy ghouls. Do you like spooky things in horror movies? Then Cabin 13 has the stuff for you. Check out their selection of horror-themed props, pins, busts, action figures, collectibles, and more. You can find them on Facebook and Instagram. Be sure to visit cabin13.com and buy something, or I'll kill you.
Marcio Charlie's Horror Costume Studios. Premium hand-sculpted latex masks, busts, and hoods. Everything is handmade and painted by Marcio himself. Be sure to check out his wide range and selection of products over at Facebook and Instagram at Horror Costume Studios. Hello. Do you know about Project Louder? Well, let me tell you. Project Louder is home to 16 of the finest podcasts a nerd could possibly procure. They have a show for everyone. Whether you're into horror films, modeling, comics, 90s kid shows, or that weird tentacle-filled subgenre you search for at 3 in the morning. So head on over to projectlouder.net and treat yourself to something truly exquisite.
Do it now.
No.
Graveyard Classics. Horror-themed tees and posters, professional in-house screen printing, and Jaclay prints. Powered by Death Style Art and Graphics. Go see what you can dig up over at graveyardclassics.net. Come on down to Mask by Lance. Premium Friday the 13th custom-made hockey mask. Down there in Tennessee by Lance McKinney. Find him on Facebook and Instagram over at Mask by Lance. Go order one now, boy. Yee-hoo!
Alrighty. That is our ad block.
Wonderful ad.
That is a sexy ad.
They keep getting better every time.
And
I just think you has grown to appreciate them and grown to expect them at this point.
They're making me grow.
the best part
Johnny.
is they're always random every episode. You never know where we're going to fucking throw them in.
Hey, Big Johnny D, did you see the Mortal Kombat movie comes out April 16th?
Did they really give us an official date?
Yep. Just
The
saw it on Bloody
16th?
Disgusting. April 16th, HBO Max
Day
and
before my
theaters.
fucking birthday, dude. That's the best birthday present ever.
Nice.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. They haven't dropped any trailers or really anything. I think
Nothing.
the only thing they dropped was the logo and like the look of the logo and like how they were going to write Mortal Kombat or whatever.
Yeah, wait till about 3 months before release. They're gonna fucking solo it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
I don't know. Who's is
Oh,
that, that's Warner Brothers, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
And speaking of Solo, man, I really wish we had Dewback right now just because of all the announcements that were dropped last week. As far
Maybe
as
we'll
Star Wars
fire
and
it up.
MCU.
Yeah, maybe this weekend we'll fire Dewback discussion back up and.
I mean, that could be a Patreon.
There you
Oh
go.
no! We got to reassert our dominance in the genre.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, we know how good we are, so it's just
Very
putting
good.
ourselves back in the space. I think.
Would they just announce like 10 new shows plus like 6 movies?
Yeah.
Jesus fuck, dude. And then Marvel's right there too. I think is like almost like the same fucking amount. Like,
Yeah, they finally announced officially announced Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, and the third Ant-Man movie. And then a whole shitload of shows for those different characters too.
I love the first two Ant-Men, so I want to see.
Oh, same. I'm really excited for that.
That was one of I actually was going in not expecting to like it, and I loved it.
Yeah, the first one was I had to watch it again to appreciate it. I didn't like it the first time, then went back to it and enjoyed it. But dude, the drops alone, man, like holy fuck. Dude, and then we also got video game drops that same day, man. Like we've already discussed, we got Evil Dead. I was hoping to see something from Resident Evil Village, but I didn't really see anything from that yet.
Dude, Resident Evil Hunk is going to be fucking rad.
Wait, did they drop the trailer for that or anything?
No, I watched a breakdown of the leaks, and we're getting some really cool shit. Yeah.
Dude, there's a lot. There's a couple.
RE4 remake's going to be intense on a PS5. That's all I'm going to say.
I will say one game I was excited that they announced that I can't speak for you guys, but for Switch is they're making Capcom's bringing back fucking Ghouls and Ghosts, dude, and they're making
you mean Ghosts and Goblins.
Is it no Super?
You're both right. You're both right. The original was Ghosts and Goblins. Ghouls and Ghosts was one of the later ones.
Yeah, because then I originally had Super Ghouls and Ghosts on Super Nintendo. But dude, they're bringing it all back with like all new like 2.5D animation. Everything looks fucking sweet.
That's gonna be cool. See, I knew it as Ghosts and Goblins, but yeah, no,
literally one of all of them. They're
hardest games ever.
Yes, and
Ninja Gaiden's pretty fucking hard.
No,
as well.
But Ghosts and Goblins,
Ghosts and Goblins is way harder.
Ghosts and Goblins, you got to go through the world. Is it
twice?
2 times?
Twice, yeah.
Twice.
And you get 2 lives that whole fucking time, dude. Good luck even getting through the pass.
And if you lose the knife, you're screwed. You lose your armor, you're screwed. And if you get the fire at the top of the level, you're screwed.
Dude, if you're in your underwear within the first 5 minutes, you're fucked. Like that's all that matters.
Well, you start off in your underwear because you were fucking some girl in the cemetery.
See, in Super Ghouls and Ghosts, that's not how they're like getting married and then she gets captured.
Yeah, not Ghosts and Goblins. They're like getting it on because he's naked already.
So that would have been NES then, right?
Yeah, that was NES.
Actually, no, it was the originally arcade game. I actually have the arcade one up out there that has it.
Yeah, then NES came out with it later. Yeah.
Who owned it on arcade? Was it Midway then, or was it still Capcom?
I think it was Capcom.
Was it still Capcom?
Arcade cabinets, yeah.
Well, I know, but they bought out a lot of companies too.
Yeah.
So I just didn't know if they were like had an original. No shit, dude. Yeah, man. If you were a nerd in the last few days, you definitely got pampered with some sweet shit.
You had a lot of hard-ons in one day.
Right? Like
you're over here like, oh shit.
You're like, I need so much Gatorade.
And hot buckets.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
But
so we might schedule a live watch along with us with a movie over on the Patreon. If we do that, we'll promote the event and stuff, and maybe we'll have a couple of my buddies hop in to say hello, so you guys can talk to them and chat with them while we watch a film. So let's try to get something together. If you guys have any recommendations of the film you want to watch or would like to see us talk about in a live situation, Mystery Science Theater 3000 style, but so much more shittier. Let us know in the comment section below, or send us really terrible messages or pictures of your butthole to Bobby. So until
with the movie underneath the picture, please.
Yes. At 6:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to tune in next week for your favorite podcast, the Gore N More podcast. And this is your host with the motherfucking most, Mr. 88, the Fapper Yapper, the quintessential stud muffin, TJ Bowser, signing off. See you next week.
Well, this is your Dark Lord of Knowledge, the man with far fewer nicknames than the host with the most. Chad Crispin saying, see you next time, bitches.
And following up after good old Chad Daddy, this is Big Johnny D saying, ho, 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 go hounds.
Coming in last is Killing Machine, Officer Bobby Amon saying, have a Merry Christmas, even though one more week, and I'll kill you later.